Get up, man. You got work.
Joke's on you. I lost my job today.
Unemployed motherfucker.
I just want to go to sleep. Hello everyone, and we are here, not live, for another episode of #Real Talk, brought to you by Path to Success. And today we are here to bring all of you PTSDs, the Path to Success disease sufferers, a little bit of entertainment and friendly discussion. What do you have to say about that, Eric?
Well, we're here to talk about today unemployment and employment of a job, I believe.
You know, kind of like what happens when you lose your job, or you're stuck on unemployed trying to find one, which we're going to make a sub-episode on finding a job and just advice on that. This is kind of just the basic overview, because we could probably go on for days talking about this.
Yes.
It sucks. I don't know if you've ever been... Have you ever been fired from a job before, Eric?
Not at all.
You haven't?
No.
Me neither, but that's because we're awesome.
Exactly.
But we understand that not everyone can be as awesome as us.
Nobody can always be at this end of the rope. Some people are at the other end.
That side's dark.
Yeah.
It's bleak. I mean, there is a lot of lights pointing at our faces right now.
Exactly.
But I still feel better.
Exactly.
Because I am more silver than I am bronze.
Which is a good thing.
Yes. I have a little bit more climbing rings to do before I hit gold. But as far as... And I have a lot of friends that have suffered through unemployment, and a lot of people that I know that have lost their jobs many times. And trust me when I say it is one of the most difficult things that you can go through in life. It is not easy by any stretch of the imagination. And...
#struggle.
And #real talk, because it's about to get real. I just want you guys to know that. What I would say is the number one thing is practicing your interview, because whenever I go in and interview for a job, the most important thing is how I present myself and how I come off when I'm in the interview, because maybe it's not your first impression. Maybe you walked in there to check up on a schedule, maybe you didn't, maybe you talked on the phone or something to where you had gotten to meet them, but regardless, this is the chance that you get to show them why you're a step above the rest, why you're a cut above everyone else. So what I recommend, you can even Google average questions that you would find for any type of interview. You know, tell me about yourself, what separates you from the rest of the crowd, how you would do this, how you would do that. And the most important thing is, I guess, selling yourself in a non-prostitute way, no matter how much more money that would get you than the actual job you're applying for. But just... You need to, say for example, my father owned a company called Ain't Just Shoes, and this is how I embellished the crap out of my resume. Because when I first started, I was a sales associate that was going to be a manager, and I had no management experience, but I worked for my father. Said I worked for Ain't Just Shoes as an assistant manager, and I had opened the register, closed the register, I've done this, I've done that, and it set me up. Because I was able to speak intelligently about the field, I had already known stuff about being a manager, so I was able to speak on it. My customer service was excellent. I've been practicing it and doing it for years, so I was already set up. But I was able to take some of the jobs I had in the past and embellish them, so that way it got me to the interview. And then when I went to the interview, it was just like a casual conversation, almost kind of like what we're having right now.
Exactly.
It's just being yourself, showing them who you are, what makes you different and better, I guess.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, it's horrible to say I am better than someone, but when you're going for a job, that's what you have to do. You have to say, I am a cut above the rest because of so-and-so, but let them know that you don't think that highly of yourself, if that makes any sense, which makes it a pain in the ass.
Stay humble.
Yeah, stay humble, but be cocky.
There you go.
Be humble. So Eric, why don't you talk to us about any of your job experiences that you've had, or what you think would be good for going into an interview, since you've always been pretty good about getting a job yourself too.
Well, my past experiences, well, of course, my first one, I kind of went in there with my, my heart on my sleeve, It was a McDonald's job, of course. I didn't really know what to say. Of course, I've been prepped to kind of talk to the manager in some type of way or form. But to be honest, I felt bad of, like, you know, kind of lying to them, even though you're trying to get a job. So I just flat out on the table just told them I needed the money. But it was kind of comical because the manager understood, and she knew I was consistent. I always came back, you know, for the orientations and stuff like that. So I think I would say, like, consistency as well.
Consistency, yeah.
If they give you a certain time or like an appointment, you know, just come up for it, because obviously they see you want the job.
Yep.
So
don't call out of work all the time.
Never.
Right?
Yeah.
That's right. But realistic, I mean, I've had situations where I've wanted to get fired from a job. And trust me when I tell you, I really wanted to get fired from a job before. But they wouldn't do it, and that's because when you go into the job, you have to demonstrate a quality of work that, like he was saying, is consistent, but at the same time dedicated. When the company asks you to do something, what's the worst that could happen? What do you have to do? Spend an extra hour out of your life to do something for them? So be it. You do it. You get over it. You move on. You do it. But there were so many other people that wouldn't do it. You look better.
Of
so
course.
they're not going to want to get rid of you. And in the worst case scenario, it means you have job security over somebody else, which, you know, it's not like a savings account. That's a little bit more secure, but it adds a little bit into it.
Hey, you might get all the perks, or you might get that day off that you really needed, you know.
Like interest-free financing on a brand new car.
Hey, that's what I'm saying. So.
Yeah, it's not that good. Anyway, guys, that's really all we have for you on the topic of unemployment and loss of jobs. But what we're going to do is a side episode where me and Eric are going to talk to you about how we can spice up your resume. So we're going to help out with interview structure, kind of what the questions are, how you can finagle the answers. And if you really would like to, put some comments down below with questions that you have on the tips that you would want, like what questions you struggle with, maybe a little bit about yourself, and we'll help come up with like the story and the bio that you can, a rough idea for it, because we can't do it for you. You are yourself, but there are things that you can mention and stuff that you have to point out. So again, guys, this has been your second ever episode of #Real Talk. I'm Brandon Ascari.
I'm Eric Kelly.
The Dark Notice. Again, this is #Real Talk. Please like, subscribe, share, because it's caring. But other than that, I hope you guys are doing a little bit better with your PTSD, the Path to Success disease. Because as much as we do like to know that you have it, we don't want to see that you're suffering. So we'll see you guys in 2 weeks. Peace out.